Travis Holmes with Fans First Sports Network, BigCatCountry.com, and the Duval Dive podcast here with the Jacksonville Jaguars update. And we got motion, ladies and gentlemen. I'm not sure if you've been living under a rock. Maybe you still have your Super Bowl hangover happening. Maybe you just had plans and you were just like, hey, I'm going to take a week off from football. I get it. I got you. That's what we're here for. Understood. But the Jacksonville Jaguars have officially gotten their general manager search off the ground this week with multiple interviews scheduled. We have Adam Schefter, who's currently reporting that the Jacksonville Jaguars are interviewing with San Francisco 49ers Director of Scouting and Football Operations, Josh Williams. If you're listening to the sound of my voice on Tuesday, he might be interviewing right now as we're speaking. So, Godspeed to you. Nevertheless, they've also set up interviews per Ian Rappaport with Buffalo Bills Director of Player Personnel, Terrence Gray. And Tony Baselli also mentioned last week that the Jaguars had 10 or so candidates. Ian Rappaport kind of echoed that same, a similar number of that 10 to 11 range. So the Jaguars initially only released a list of 7 names that they had actually requested to interview, plus the internal candidate of Ethan Raw and also Mikey Greenberg. Now, with that list reportedly being closer to that 10 to 11, there may be a few more teams or a few more individuals, candidates that will be added to this list. So again, Terrence Gray being one of them, as he wasn't on that initial list of 7 individuals that we originally covered on BigCatCountry.com. Take a look at those profiles again if you want to find out more about these individual candidates. But also, again, we have Ian Cunningham, the assistant general manager for the Chicago Bears, will reportedly also be interviewing with the Jaguars on Friday. As Albert Breer kind of is the first one on the scene on that one. He's one of the stronger candidates of this general manager cycle. So that's going to be a very curious one towards the end of the week. And reportedly, the Jaguars will have a second round of interviews, so it's not going to be something that's going to be so immediately kind of clarified as far as who's going to be in that last group. But nevertheless, expect the second round of interviews. And Jonathan Jones, CBS Sports, also stated that the interviews will take place over Zoom this week, with an eye on having the new general manager installed sometime next week ahead of the scouting combine. Kind of makes sense. You want to kind of just get these first rounds out of the way, find out where the interest truly lies, find out where everyone's head is kind of at. So I get that point absolutely. Uh, so as it currently stands, the Jacksonville Jaguars, technically speaking, have the initial list of about 9 individuals overall. We kind of cover all of them on BigCatCountry.com. Chicago Bears assistant general manager Ian Cunningham, New York Giants AGM Brandon Brown, Los Angeles Chargers AGM Chad Alexander, Cincinnati Bengals senior personnel executive Trey Brown, Los Angeles Rams director of scouting James Gladstone, kind of everyone's favorite recently. San Francisco 49ers Director of Scouting and Football Operations, Josh Williams, and Jacksonville Jaguars Assistant General Manager and current interim General Manager, Ethan Raw. And that's obviously in addition to Terrence Gray of the Buffalo Bills, who's now been added to that list. So stay tuned on BigCatCountry.com. We will have you covered there with, again, all the breaking news, all your updates as far as the general manager search, as far as the rumors, everything. We got you. But again, there's your current schedule, and we have the article on BigCatCountry.com. Take a look at that, and we will have this and more coverage on the Duval Dive podcast on Wednesday, 7:30. Take a look. We got you. And as always, Duval. Duval. Let's go.